Hi folks, we're back with something different here. Going to be doing some new videos on a local club to me, which is Raith Rovers down in Kirkcaldy, not too far from myself. I'm in Cowdenbeath myself in Fife. Got a mate who asked me to do this one, Big Bob, so we're going to send these ones out for him. So yeah, just going to go over what the kind of objective is here. So we've got a Scottish First Division team in Raith Rovers. They're a fairly decent team in this league, to be honest, so the first season shouldn't really pose too many problems with this one. But the challenge part here is going to be to try and win the SPL, which is not going to be easy, to be fair. But we'll give that a bash and see how we get on. So we'll just go over a few things first of all here. Setting up the same tactics that I used in the Nottingham Forest videos, the Testerange tactic. Always gets good results, and it's kind of what I'm used to, what we're familiar with here. So big emphasis on the wing players, the wide players, a couple of strikers here. Got an attacking midfielder who, if you get the right guy, will get you goals galore from that position. Central midfielders, they can be either defensive midfielders or central midfielders. And we'll be wanting a left and right winger. Also, strong centre halves as well, with good tackling. So we'll have 3 across the back there, and then our goalkeeper. So yeah, pretty basic tactic. I guess it's a 3-5-2 to keep it simple there. So that's the tactics we'll be setting up, and kept the same sort of training schedules as the Nottingham Forest videos, if anyone watched those. So it's our attacking midfield schedule there, with intensive skill training, shooting training. They're all kind of as you'd expect, to be honest. Shooting training there as well. So I've got a few different schedules set up just to kind of keep things tidy with the positions there that we're playing. The centre backs here. Here we are. So yeah, intensive tactics training on the centre backs, and our goalkeepers there. Intensive goalkeeping training. Keep them light on the fitness side of things. They don't need anything more than that. And then we've got our central midfielders here, who need a bit of everything, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, if we look at Raith Rovers as a club, starting off okay finance-wise. I'm not in debt or anything, but there's only a small amount of funds available for transfer, so I won't be looking to buy any players straight away, but I will possibly do that in a few weeks if I can offload some of them. It's got a decent stadium, 10,000 all-seater stadium, which means that when we go into the SPL we won't need to develop that. We're looking to upgrade the training ground there, and if we look at the history of the club, competition-wise, so they've had some success in the past. Actually, they had a historical League Cup win, sorry, in 1995. They won what was then known as I believe the Coca-Cola Cup, or maybe the Skull Cup, or the League Cup. It was in one of those kind of versions of it. So they won that final, and then they actually went and played in Europe and played Bayern Munich actually at Easter Road, which was a game I went to many years ago. So yeah, they had that moment in the sun, shall we call it, which was amazing for a club of this size. They've never won the top league, as you can see, but they have won the First Division a few times over their history there, and a Scottish Cup final in 1913, many moons ago. So yeah, like you can see, they're a fairly decent club in the Scottish leagues. So we'll see how we got on with these as well. So we'll go over some of the players that we're starting out with, just so you can see where it starts. Got a half decent goalkeeper here, but we might actually sell him if we get someone else in. And this young French keeper is good. We'll keep a hold of him. Monin. Really good striker in Nacho Novo. He's going to be, I'm offering him a new contract actually because it was running out. He actually went on to play for Rangers and had a fairly solid career. So he's came into Raith Rovers from this Spanish club. And he's coming in with 32 goals scored for them, so we'll see how he gets on. A few older players, so I'm just going to sell on George O'Boyle here. Not really going to get much out of him at that age. We've got Clark for a little left wing option, or maybe the right wing. He's decent enough. Henderson's an older player again, we're selling on. Same goes with Black, although I've got to get him signed on as a player only because he's player coach at the moment, so we'll be selling him. Zocco, little basic central midfielder there, he's worth keeping to boost the numbers up. And Sean Dennis, bit of a legend down Starks Parkway, but we're going to be selling him as he's over 30 and his stamina and strength don't really make for good reading there, so he's going to be sold. Paul Brown, just a solid little centre half to keep in there. Ellis will be one of my better players. He'll go up in value and he's young, good, decent enough stats there. We've got Hampshire on the left wing. Might sell this guy if I get somebody else in, to be honest, but I'll keep him for now. And McCulloch I'm just selling as I'm not using any fullbacks. Got Nickel here as a sort of versatile midfielder or defender, so likelihood is I'll keep hold of him. This guy's probably the best player that starts at the club that I'm going to keep, Ross Matheson. Good value, and he'll be able to play a few different positions there. And then this player, Jay Steen, funnily enough, is a guy that I was at school with. So that will show you my age when this was made in 2002. So he's a left winger. He is actually the most valuable player at the club. So the problem is though, the stamina and strength are terrible. So sorry, Jay. So we'll get some bids in for him, and he'll be sold pretty quickly. But yeah, this is a guy I was at school with, and he went on to play for a few different clubs in Scotland. I think Arbroath was one of them. Was a bit of interest in him when he was younger, but it didn't really work out for him, and he ended up he played for quite a while, but in the more kind of lower leagues in Scotland, like the first and second division. So yeah, but he was at Raith Rovers back then. And then we've got Andy Smith again, somebody else who's a bit of a legend in that way. But again, wrong side of 30, not really going to do much. I can bring in better players and I'll hopefully get some offers for them. So, and it looks like we've already got some offers coming in as well. So yeah, so we'll have a look at the players I'm going to be bringing in. So this is my shortlist that I've made up from players who are free at the start of the game in the no club that you have to search for. I've got a young goalie from Greece here coming in. So he'll be okay. This Spanish centre half, Espin, is a decent one to bring in. So I'm offering him a contract. He's got good stats, he's young, so should be a good one there. Some of these will be the same as what you've seen in the Nottingham Forest videos, but you can bring them into this level as well. So Michael O. Anderson from Denmark, they are good versatile defender or midfielder. They can play. Batrinu, obviously everybody's seen how good he was in the last videos we did, so he's hopefully going to come in, providing he gets a work permit, and he'll be like one main centre half, I'd imagine. Got John Rankin here, young Scottish central midfielder. He'll come in and do a job, and I can develop him. Same goes for David Fox, young English midfielder, although the stamina is not great, so possibly one that will sell if I bring him in at a later point. Managed to find a couple of decent wingers available. Zubov again here, Ukrainian with a good bit of pace there, and it will just be a work permit question mark with that one. And then Moretis, Greek winger. Well, his stats are a bit better this time round, so hopefully get him in for the left wing spot to start with. Adolfo, always go with this guy. He's good, cheap, attacking midfielder, gets goals from that position, and you should manage to get him in. And then we've got Echo, Spanish striker, so hopefully I can pair him up with Novo, and we'll have two Spaniards up front there if he comes in. And then we've got João Paiva, again just the player to always go for, just to beef up your numbers or to play him from the start. He's always one to develop there. Good young Portuguese striker. And Nardiello, again, young free transfer English player. Bring him in, you can either play him, sell him, develop him, whatever it is you do, it's worthwhile because you'll get a few bob for him, if nothing else. So that's all the players I've had to search for by name, which you do in the find player, type the name in, you can find those guys there. And then I'll show you the guys that are available on free transfer at the start. Actually, before I do that, I'm forgetting about Mr. Williams that we got so much potential from in the last game. So we'll see if we can bring him in as well. So yeah, we've got an offer in for him. But yeah, so and this is what you'll see if you just do a search, player search for expired players that are interested. We've actually got quite a few, couple of pages there, although this is all made up from the ones I've searched from as well. So these guys in white are the ones that you wouldn't have to do a search for. So we've got, again, that legendary Spanish goalkeeper in this game, Alejandro. We'll try for him. There'll be competition for him. Sometimes you can bring him in, sometimes you can't. I don't necessarily like the look at Bullock's stats there. Or that guy. Charbonnet is probably a bit too old for Malikin. Yep, so not really much going on in the goalkeepers side of things. Another Spanish centre half there, probably leave him alone. Inglis is 34, so we'll leave that. But Billy McKinley will definitely go for. He's always worth a try. If we can get him in, we'll bump the wages up a wee bit because he's wanting a signing on fee. But yeah, he's always one that will come in and do a job at this level. So yeah, so that's all the players that I'm looking at. Gives me a pretty decent short list to beef up the numbers, and then if I can offload a few of these guys, should be able to look at a few low cost imports as well. I've got a scout set up for Scandinavia at the moment, just to see if there's any decent bargains I can bring in from over there, which is usually worthwhile looking at. So yeah, so we'll just see what we get. Got a few offers coming in here. See if I can bump it up a bit for some of these guys. Aberdeen want to do a friendly now. We'll probably leave the pre-season friendlies because we did play quite a few of them on this. So yeah, that one's just a quick video. So see, we've got money coming in for Steen there, which is brilliant. So yeah, I'll come back do another video just for the start of the season here with these first few cup games. Let you see how things play through and what players I've brought in. So yeah, here goes with Raith Rovers then. I'll try and do less videos on this than I did the last time, maybe just 3 or 4 across the first season there to see how it all goes. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll try this out with the Rovers then. Cheers.